What's up, Brandon Reed?
What's up, bro? Is I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it Israel or Israel?
It's Israel. Either way, man. I like Israel Casarez, whatever, however you want to say it. Izzy.
Izzy. Cool, dude. Call you Izzy then. Heck yeah, dude. First things first. You're a national champion. How does that
Wow.
feel?
Honestly, it felt. I don't know. To be honest with you, it's like I don't know. Just it felt good for the first 2 days, whatever. But after, it's just it's whatever. It's the same person, same day,
Yep.
same goal.
Yep.
You
Exactly.
you understand?
Yeah, dude, 100%. I've talking to like 4 or 5 national champs so far on this, and it's true. It's weird because you chase it for so long and then you get it and then you're just like, oh, okay.
What else?
Like, yeah, you're just like, well, what's next? Like, what am I gonna do next? Are you from Iowa? Because you went to Graceland.
I'm from Nevada, Reno, Nevada.
Oh, okay, okay.
There's not much wrestling there yet. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm from Reno, Nevada. Yeah.
nice. How'd you end up I guess you were at Graceland first and then you got to how'd you end up at how'd you end up in Iowa in general?
So I went to Clackamas before I even did anything else. I did a season and a half at Clackamas, and then I kind of fell off with the sport, and I wanted to just be done with my life, and
Mhm.
I went off route for about a year. And my cousin was at Graceland, and I missed the sport a lot. So I was like, like, do you guys need a 57 pounder? Like, I can make the weight, I can do it.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, our 57 pounder just left. And he's like, we need a 57 pounder. Let me ask coach. And then coach gets back to me. He needed a 57 pounder. So I was like, let's do it. And that's how I ended up here in Iowa. And then eventually, I thought like my career needed a different path. So I came to Grandview after that. So
Heck yeah, dude. That's I mean, that's awesome and that's understandable. I was gonna add you're the first person from Grandview that I've talked to. I think I'm gonna talk to Bonilla. I think that's it,
too. That's my
yeah.
partner right there.
Yeah, dude. That's what I was thinking. I think it's crazy because I mean I had no idea who you were to be honest before this
Oh,
season. No
no
one
one,
did. No
no
one
one.
had and everyone thought that he like Bonilla was gonna win for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, healthy
And,
healthy
and
version
then,
of him is crazy.
and then random dude who just stepped in, took care of the business and won the tournament. That's how I see it. I mean, it could have very well been him or me
Mhm.
in the final. I honestly think it should have been him and me in the finals. But like it's a cool story. Like just this random guy comes in, takes care of the business.
Dude,
So
yeah, it's pretty epic. I'm sure he was pretty proud of it. I mean, I think he posted about it. Um, that is pretty crazy because not many teams are, and not really just many people can say, "Hey, my like, not saying you were the backup, but hey, the second guy on the spot it can win nationals too." It's not normal. Like it's not normal at all. There was not a heavyweight on my team who I feel like could have taken my spot. And you did it, dude. So
I think Mitchell's got himself, something special going on, dude. Because obviously, I'm coming back. He was the number one guy. I'm pretty sure the whole season,
mhm.
and it's gonna be some. It's gonna be some fun to watch. It creates that I don't know how to say it, but it just creates that like buzz that people want to see, and we have something special going on for sure. Something
Yes.
special.
So Bonilla is coming back next year?
Yeah,
Oh man. Oh,
57. It's both,
what?
dude. It's awesome.
I don't know. That's so crazy. So he's just like no 65 or neither one of you guys are like
We
fit.
we literally just talked. I want to say 2 days ago. It's like, dude, like he's in there to cut my head off. I'm in there to cut his head off, but we're there to like get each other better too.
Mm.
But we have something cool going on right now, man. It's cool.
I think that level of competitiveness as far as in practice is super healthy. I train with Mason Paris a lot. I don't know if you know who that is. Um,
I'm not big into the wrestling world, man.
yeah, he's like a D2, two-time D2 all I mean, sorry, D1 All-American, and he was in the finals last year. So he's a really good dude, and we train together a lot. And we never end up wrestling, like, or because obviously I'm in NAIA, he's Division 1.
Yeah.
Um, But man, like when we trained together, it was like kill or be killed, like scrapping. Because dude, it's hard to find that like in very many rooms in the NAIA, dude. I mean, again, you experienced it great. I mean, I don't know what your experience was like at Graceland. I know you guys had Brendan Swafford, so I'm sure you had like a pretty
Right there. That was my guy. That was
yeah,
my guy.
yeah.
I got beat up every day by that guy, man. That was my dude. That was
He's
my dude.
he's he's good, man. Man, it's crazy to see that he went to Iowa. I kind of wonder what went into that for him. Like just
It was he wanted to prove something to himself. He wanted to at least try, He didn't want to like obviously he was the he's two-time champ.
mm,
He's sitting good. But he didn't want that. He was like, I want something like bigger. I want something bigger and I want to see if I can. That was his story. I'm not sure like what he would tell you, but from what I've heard and from what he's told me, it was just he wanted to prove it to himself and like at least try. So
is he done now then?
not sure. I haven't talked to him about eligibility. Last time I talked to him, he just congratulated me. That was about it. But I haven't asked him about eligibility or anything.
Bro, that's crazy. Well, shoot, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get through your origin here. So let's talk about you a little bit. So you said you came from Nevada.
Yep.
When did you start wrestling?
I started wrestling when I was like third or fourth grade, man, and I really didn't pick up on the sport until like I got to high school. I'm just adjusting this real quick. Sorry,
Dude, you're totally fine.
but yeah, no, I started when I was in third grade and didn't really pick up on it until I got to high school. Really, so.
Dang, that's crazy. So when you were in high school, did you win the state title? Did you go to Fargo?
I won 2 state titles in high school.
Okay.
I was a three-time finalist, 2-time state champion, and yeah.
Okay. Did you ever go to any of those big tournaments like Flow Nationals, NHSCAs, Fargo,
I
etc.?
went to Virginia Beach and Fargo, and I didn't really do too well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're tough tournaments.
Man, who was it? He wrestles for Purdue. He's a 57-pounder at Purdue, man. I wrestled him.
Kendall Coleman?
Yeah, I wrestled that dude, and it was honestly like he beat me by a lot, but it wasn't like he handled me or anything. It was just like it was a clean loss. He took me down and he turned me. But like after that, man, I gave up freestyle and Greco after that. Like I was like, I'm done with this. Like I'm done with it. Like I'm done. But then I don't realize that dude's good. I'm good too, though. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, I'm so done with the sport. I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't realize who that was. That dude's good too.
Yeah.
So
dude,
I kind of gave up that freestyle route. I like gave it up after that. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this stuff, man. I'm done with Fargo. I'm not wrestling. But I did wrestle at Virginia Beach, and that was my favorite tournament is Virginia Beach.
Heck yeah. How'd you end up doing in Virginia Beach?
I got beat up.
Really?
Yeah.
I
got beat up.
You're in a much, I would say high school and college, you were in a much tougher weight class than me. And so for me, like lots of the tournaments are a little bit easier. For one, there's less guys at heavyweight. For two, there's
nobody moves like you, my boy.
Yeah.
Nobody moves like you. It's hard to find the guy that moves like you.
Yeah. It's
especially that big,
Yeah, exactly. Like 250 pounds and actually a little athletic. That's why it's like, man, I have so much respect for like 157, 165, 174. Like Derek Smallwood is like one of the.
He's a beast too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's like
the average man's weight class.
Exactly, and it's the toughest weight class. I say like 57, 65. Hands down, I will say that's the toughest weight class. Or those two weight classes are the toughest weight classes. You wrestled, Derek. Did you guys ever wrestle? Actually, I don't.
We wrestled this year. I was hoping to see him at the national tournament, man, because I had to get that back. But last year at nationals, he whooped me, dude. He whooped me pretty good. Like he made it be known, like I wasn't at level yet. And then beginning of the season at Grandview Open, he beat me. I think it was like by 1 or 2. But like after that, I was looking at him. I was like, I'm coming. Yeah. I'm coming for you. And he's like, dude, you get better every time.
Yeah.
He's like, you're strong. He's a cool dude. I like him. I got a lot of respect for him.
Man, he is a chill guy, and that's what I love, man. One of the biggest things that I never got was like the hostility towards different teams in general, and it's the NAIA, and we'll get into this, but like the hostility towards Grandview in general.
They want to see us down, man. They want to see us down,
Yeah, but it's like For me, I was always like the guy who was like, this is fucking NAIA, like whatever, I don't care. Like I don't give a fuck what team wins. I'm just here to beat anyone that steps across the map for me. I don't hate nobody. Um, because wrestling in a college room that wasn't Grandview, you obviously have a lot of Grandview haters, right? Especially
Yeah.
just in the NAIA. I'll be honest, I was never a Grandview hater, but I also never really cared about any of the other teams in general.
Me either.
I'm like, I just stay in my lane pretty much, and I'm like, I'm gonna wrestle who I'm gonna wrestle. I always
Yeah.
assumed you guys were gonna win the national title as a team. I just never cared. I was like, oh, they got it. You guys are life. It's like the only teams I'm like, they got it.
Yeah. That's a good mindset though. That's what it's like. That's what's different between you and another guy. It's like those guys don't care. I don't care if you have the GB singlet on you. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like obviously you guys are good, but I'm not gonna wrestle you differently. Like
No,
that's
yeah.
the difference.
Yeah, it is a big thing because it's I'm sure for like in Division One, that's how people feel about like, Penn State or Iowa. They're like, like they want to see them lose, but they don't believe they're the guy to beat those dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's yeah, for me, it was kind of crazy. I actually only wrestled one person from Grandview in my whole career, only one time, and it was Hagen.
That was a good match.
Yeah, it was fun,
That was a good
dude.
match.
He's like ridiculously scrambly. So I had to finish everything super clean on him where I don't think I could finish. Man, he had a heartbreak match for me. Like I was really hoping he would win this year.
Me too,
Because
man.
he's a cool dude. He was cool as crap. So because I
He
talked to
will
him.
eventually win it. Like he's going to win it. He just has to stay on the path that he's on. But that was a crushing match too. That was a crushing match.
That was, man. I mean, that Southeastern kid's pretty tough though. But anyways, it's okay. So what for you going to Grandview? What was like? Was it structure? Was it partners? Was it coaching? What was it that you think made you go from All-American to like
From
national champ?
last to first.
Yeah, exactly.
It's it's partners, man. It's the lifestyle. It's like what we eat, like literally to what we eat. Like they know what we eat. They know what's in our bodies. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think I want to say the meal plan was one and the partners was second because I needed a good meal plan to stay on, and I needed partners to beat me up, And obviously I had that at Graceland. I had Swafford.
Yeah.
But he left, man, and I was like, that's it for me. I don't have anybody to beat me up, and I don't want to step into a room and be the best guy in the room. I want somebody to like beat me up. Like I got to get better somehow.
That
like,
championship mindset right there, bro. I mean,
somebody's got to push me. Someone's got to beat me up. Like I don't want to be the best guy in the room. I want somebody to like push me, and I didn't have it anymore. So I had to transfer over, man. I had to go to a program that had plenty of partners for me, and that's what it was too. Nutrition and partners, I think is what did it for me.
I really love that, nutrition and partners, because I was the same, dude. For me, Lindsey Wilson always had like a tough like 197 pounder for me to wrestle. So that was it'd be like we also had a guy named Brett Bradford who won nationals at 165 a couple years ago, and he stayed for 2 years after he won and was like about 200 pounds wrestling me the whole time. So he was a super fast, super strong, like super athletic guy to wrestle. And then we always had Trevor Lawson, and it was like that was more than enough for me. Like those two guys are incredibly technical, incredibly powerful, but it's like, I mean, I'm the same. Like I had even thought about going to Grandview at one point. I even put in a request or whatever on like the website and talked to Nick Mitchell because I was getting frustrated one day. One day I just got really frustrated because I had a really big loss. I was like, damn it, like I'm not getting like what I need. And then luckily like Brett Bradford stepped up and Trevor Lawson stepped up, and they made me a much better human being and a much better wrestler after that. But what you just
you're a
said,
tough spot though. How many like, but you're in a different situation. It's like, how do you pull in guys that are as equally athletic and good? Like you don't really find that at heavyweight. You don't really see a lot of guys like you at heavyweight. That's the issue. You don't find guys like you at heavyweight anywhere, to be honest. So
yeah,
that's a different issue.
That's you're completely right. That is the issue. It's like, I mean, whether it's me, Hagen, the Southeastern kid, I mean, that's it. Like the guys like I think about like these past 2 years, I'm like if I could say like out of all the as far as if I purely picked training partners from the heavyweight weight class in the past 2 years, Hagen and the Southeastern kid, they're probably the only two guys who could push me, like genuinely push me. And they're at other schools, trying to win national titles. So it was like finding that is really tough. Did you only train with like Bonilla? Was that your main training partner, or did you have other guys?
I had a lot of guys actually. Like, dude, it's like a kid at a candy shop. There's like a look for everything. So it'd be like Marty Margolis, who made it in the finals. Tanner Abbas, dude, that guy's, I don't know, he's All-American like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's in the room with us. Trevor Anderson, I get a few goes with him. I'm pretty sure he's an All-American too. Jack Latimer, he's an All-American at 49s. Like, I have a bunch of looks, man. Like, I have a lot of guys. I have like bulls. I have guys that are like slick. Like, I have all that. I have all that. But Joe Bonilla was he's a guy that I touch here and there. Like, I'll see you on Fridays. I'll see you on Thursday, every Friday. But like we see each other eventually throughout the week. But there's plenty of partners, man. There's a new partner every day.
Dude, that is crazy. Literally, like I'm saying, like I could not say that. I couldn't say the same thing. I had like my 2 drill partners, and then I had like 2 guys that I would go live with, and like that was it. And I think your guys' coach, Nick Mitchell, is literally a mastermind as far as like recruiting and building like a team championship. It's crazy because I've always wanted, like, that's a guy hopefully like down the road that like I get to talk to, because it's like I want to, like, as a coach myself now, it's like how the heck, because it's like, I mean, every team has good guys. Like every team has good guys. Lindsey Wilson, Indiana Tech, Life, Grandview. Like we all have like really good guys on our team, but how do you make good guys actually perform? It's a little bit different. What do you think that is? What do you think the sauce is?
What do you think he's doing different?
Yeah. What do you think he's doing different?
For me personally, I think it's freedom. He's so like, it's so nonchalant. It's like not nonchalant, but it's like practice starts at 4:00. We don't start running until like 4:25, 4:30, man. Like, we're just so like nonchalant. Like it's just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like he gives his guys a lot of freedom, but in the time that we like is spent in that room, it's hard work. It's hard, valuable work. But I don't know. He just like it's just he gives his guys freedom. We can listen to whatever we want. We can wear whatever we want. We come in, obviously be there at 4, but like 4:00 when we're supposed to be there. But it's like kind of just like chill out time. We're all just talking to each other before coach steps out. I honestly think it's just freedom. It's freedom to be yourself and do what you want and how you do it. Gives us 15, 20 minutes, whatever warm up you want to do. And then after that, we're spending valuable time. We're getting it done. But I honestly believe that it's freedom and just letting these guys know that they have an option. They can do what they want. You can be you here. And I love that. And I feel like, I don't know, man, I really don't know yet, to be honest with you, like about other aspects, because I want to like pick his brain out and I want to know like what it is. Yeah. But I still don't know yet, to be honest. I'm just kind of just following what he's got. Like for that day, all right, I'll listen to you. I'm gonna do what you say. So but and it's funny because I wrestled under Coach Roden, and he's they're a dog. They're powerhouse at JUCO too, and I tried picking. I don't know, man. I really don't know what they're doing differently other than living right and doing right. You just gotta be right. You just it's not a secret. It's just live right, dude. Live right.
That's it right there, man. I can say the same thing.
Secret.
It's not. It's being actually I made a post about this the other day on Facebook for like my kids. And there was like a picture of like 3 of the national champs from Lindsay. It was like me, Brett, Jamil Bryant. And it was like, when you're a winner, people hate on you and they think you're cheating. Or they think there's a corner being cut. But realistically, it's not. Like, that's not what's happening. Realistically, there's so much sacrifice. There's a lot of discipline. There's a lot of grit.
Winners are doing more.
They're doing more.
The winners are doing a little extra.
Yeah, they are. They're
That's
doing more. Games. Yeah, they are. They're doing more. They're putting in the time. They're buying into the culture of the program.
Buy-ins. That's another big thing. I like that you said that, because everyone here is bought in. Everyone here is bought into a championship lifestyle.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy.
They say it. They're like when I first got here, they're like, oh yeah, championship lifestyle. And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. It's just, it's just cliche bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I look around and everyone's living it. Literally everyone's living it. Like we don't really have like, we don't have like a lineup or like you're the second string or the third string or the fourth string, but even like our guys who like might not have the chance to crack the lineup are living like that. They're living that championship lifestyle. So that's another thing I think is what makes it is the difference between this program and other programs, is that he has all his kids bought in.
Yeah.
Everyone has to buy in.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's true. You're the team. I mean, everyone says like we already talked about, like the Grandview is deep. Like they're deep as a team. You know, you guys are deep as a team, and it's because it's like not too many teams. And you know, I've been on like a team that got second place. You know, we got second twice while I was there. Weren't even close to Grandview, and it makes sense why, because you know, me as like a team leader, I was there. There's only 2 or 3 guys bought in, really. You know, maybe 4 or 5 guys bought in, and those 4 or 5 guys All-American or win national titles. But the problem is that the other 35 guys are kind of just like there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
they're down on their luck. They're not the guy.
yeah,
I'm not going to nationals. I'm not going to regionals.
yeah,
I'm gonna go be stupid on the weekends or not eat the way I should be. But
yeah,
that's a big difference. That's actually, I like that you bring that up, because that is like, I feel like that's a big reason why we're really freaking good.
yeah.
Everyone's
Dude.
bought it all season long.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be weird. And just talking, as we talked about backups and stuff, is I mean, I've been in rooms with backups who are resentful because they're the backup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have the backup mindset, I'll call that, instead. Like they're like, shit, I'm the backup. Fuck it. I'm gonna party all week. I'll work hard next year. You know, like yeah, and that's the like I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody on Grandview's team really except for you and Bonilla, and it's like I have just a feeling that you guys don't have too many people who are like, well, I'm just the backup. Maybe there's probably 1 or 2, right? But like overall, I'm sure there's a very few guys who are like, well, I'm the backup. Fuck it. Like I'm
gonna go do I'm gonna go live my life, do what I do. But thing is though, if you live like that, you're gonna be caught. Like it's like you're gonna be like, so like if you decide to live another lifestyle, it's gonna be shown. You're gonna go into that room and you're gonna get your ass beat. If you live a different lifestyle, you're gonna be exposed at some point. So you have to stay on top. You have to stay on top of your game, because you're gonna be exposed. Like you might not be exposed a week from now, but 2 weeks you keep living like that, you're gonna be fucking face first in the mat. And I'm cutting you, and you're gonna eat it for about 2 hours. So that's what it is, man. People, it's just exposure. Like people get exposed, and I don't know. I feel like a lot of guys on this team understand that they have to be on their, they have to be on their P's and Q's, or you're gonna get exposed. And I think that's another thing why we're so great. Because I mean, we're all good, man. We're all good.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have a lot of accountability partners too.
Yeah.
Like a ton of people. Like I did have this at Lindsay, which was pretty awesome. I had a couple accountability partners who would be like, hey man, you're clearly, that wasn't the practice you needed to have. Like, you know what I mean? But again, it wasn't that many people. But I feel like I don't know for how it was for you at Graceland. But do you feel like there at Grandview you have just a lot of guys who for one, they keep you on your toes because they're trying to beat you, but 2, they just keep you accountable. Who's not the coach, like that's the big difference, is you don't want the coach to have to keep every person accountable. That's impossible. There's too many people. You need, in my opinion, I think you need a team that's filled with multiple leaders that then, are creating future leaders by keeping the younger guys accountable. And then that just, it's just a cycle, and then everyone stays good.
And that's another thing too that I was thinking about today, is like, even the youngsters on this team, man, are bought in. They're bought in. Like the newcomers, the guys that are learning from the older guys, they're bought in, dude. So like, this isn't over. Like coaches got guys deep, like guys that like aren't in the picture yet, but they will be if they keep coming. And that's something I think Coach Mitchell has something special, man. A bunch of hungry dudes that aren't even in the spotlight yet, but they will be. They will be.
They will be. They will be for sure. I mean, it's going to be hard for another team to beat you guys for a while, I think. I mean, we all know it can happen, right? But
Hey, anything's possible. It's an unforgiving sport.
It is
It's
an
an
unforgiving
unforgiving
sport.
sport,
Look, you guys had to wrestle me. You guys had to beat me to win
right?
nationals, dude. You see?
Right? There's a guy. There's always a guy there. There's always
Yeah,
a guy there. There's
there
always a guy
is.
there.
There
But
is.
yeah, man, I don't know. If anybody wants to compete with us, they've got to get their squad to buy in.
They
Because if you don't
gotta.
got your squad bought in, then I don't see anybody taking this from us. Really, I
No,
don't.
I don't either. And I feel like Grandview welcomes the competition too, and that's also the reason that you guys are so good, because very few guys from Grandview come into the national tournament with an undefeated record, because you guys go compete.
He Coach Mitchell actually emphasized that he was trying to give us the hardest season that he could possibly give us. So he was like a Midlands, like
Yeah,
the GB Open, the Life
yeah,
Open,
yeah,
Reno TOCs. Like
yeah,
this man has us stacked deep. And
yeah,
I'm like,
dude.
man, like I'm stressed out. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, I gotta wrestle dogs every freaking week. I gotta
yeah.
make weight. I didn't really have to cut weight. I weigh like 160 right now, but like
Oh, dude.
still just having to do that every freaking weekend, and you're like competing against like the best guys in the country.
Yeah,
Like, and that's what he loves that. He's like, yeah, I want to find you guys the best competition. Or like I remember midpoint through the season, a tournament got canceled. He like booked a harder one. He was like, all right, we're gonna go to this one. And I'm like,
yeah,
dude, let's go. But
dude.
like, yeah, he I feel like he takes pride in the hard route, the hardest route possible. Because
Dude.
then when you come to nationals, it's like I've been to a tournament harder than this already.
Yeah, dude. I 100% agree. Like we went to a couple of we went to like the Midwest Classic, which is a big D2 tournament, and we went to the Lindenwood Open, which is a pretty big like D1 D2 tournament. And I
Then it was
didn't.
good.
Yeah, Lindenwood's fucking hard, and I lost to Zach Elam of Missouri 12-11. He's a pretty good guy. He All-American this year. But he's like but I got to face him. Like I had to, like I could have had an easy season. Could have had no losses
Save
going
your
into.
seating.
Yeah,
Know,
exactly. Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, but it's like that does not play out well in the end. You know what I mean? Because then you run into a guy who is bought in, a guy who has sold out. I mean, a guy who has like taken risk, and then you're just chump. You're a chump basically. You know what I mean? So
You get exposed. It all comes to the light eventually, man. And that's another thing though. This guy isn't worried about like seeding either. Like that's another thing I noticed about Coach. Like he don't care. I'm gonna throw you in and we'll see how you do.
yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, I don't know. I've noticed a lot of that. This for me personally, I've noticed that this season is a lot. I mean, obviously seeding is good and all that, but I've noticed that like guys are trying to hold their seedings and stuff. And Coach Mitchell really doesn't care about that kind of stuff. He wants to wrestle the best guys.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, it's super cliche, but you have to have the ability to beat everybody, like in the bracket, like regardless. Like if the 1 and the 2 have to face each other in the quarters or the semis, like the real 1 and the 2, then they have to face each other in the quarters and semis. Like and you should be good enough that you can handle any bracket. And so that's why it's like I also never like one of my big things. I never looked at brackets ever, never. I'd be like, Coach, what's my bout number? Okay,
That's it. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna warm up now. Like I'm gonna go warm up because it's stupid. Like what can I do? Like can I walk through this bracket and be like, I'm gonna beat this guy, I'm gonna beat this guy, and then maybe I'm gonna have this guy right here. Like anything can happen.
And like when you start thinking like that, I feel like it just kind of like tires you out and wears you down before you even get there. So it's like, like why? Like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. Take a peep at what your bout is or whatever. And that's funny because I was eating at Chipotle after the first day of wrestling, and Bigger Coach Garcia was like, "Who do you have tomorrow?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah. And then my girlfriend spits it out. "Oh, you have that Reinhardt kid." And I'm like, dude, but like, I don't know. He was just so shocked that I didn't know who I was wrestling the next day. I was like, dude, I don't care. I don't care. Exactly.
Because just like we said, you can't care who you're wrestling. Like if you care, like for me, you're losing,
Pretty much.
Yeah. Like, it's like, some people like looking at that stuff. For me, I'm not wrestling a singlet. I'm not wrestling a team. I'm wrestling me. Like, I'm going out there. I'm trying to beat me. I'm trying to be better.
Myself.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if I care about outside factors, like the guy I'm beating or the guy I'm wrestling, his record, where he's been, what he placed at nationals last year, like, that's just too much. Like, I don't need to handle all of that. I need to worry about me. You know, I need a good warm up. I need to be out breathing good before my match. And I have faith in myself. So it's like, I don't care, you know, I don't worry about
Oh yeah,
that.
man. I actually, so it was at national duels. I had a teammate come up to me. He's like, "Oh, do you know who you're wrestling?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, you got NAIA. He's pretty freaking good." And I'm like, "I don't care, man. Like, enough,
Yeah.
enough." I was like, "Enough." I was
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna shoot on this kid." And
Yeah.
went out there and shot on the kid. But that's like that's another good example of just like not giving a damn who the hell's in your way.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, and we say it here at Grandview, it's like a dog chasing the car, man. It doesn't matter like who it is or what it is. The dog's still gonna chase the car. It doesn't matter like what car it is or who it is. It's gonna keep chasing you. And it like, you shouldn't wrestle differently or yeah, you shouldn't adjust or wrestle differently because you're wrestling a bigger name or somebody that's better or whatever. But yeah, I really personally, I don't care who I wrestle. I'm still wrestling the same way. So
I love that, dude. So I'm gonna different topic here. Why did you decide to go to the NAIA? Did you have any like Division 1 offers, Division 2 offers, Division 3, or was the NAIA just like your only option?
NAIA was my only option after Clackamas. Before Clackamas, I actually had the biggest school that I had talking to me or like actually showed interest was what's it called? It's an Ohio D2 power program.
Is
Notre
it
Dame.
Notre Dame? That's right.
Yeah. I was talking to them for a little bit, but I don't know. Like I didn't really know if I wanted to wrestle anymore. And then like a month and a half before school starts up after my senior year of high school, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Clackamas. But after Clackamas, I dropped out of school. You know, I was working at a warehouse. Didn't have any options, man. No one was hitting me up. Clackamas was trying to get me to go back, but at that point, I had already like talked to Graceland, and Graceland like they like gave me my I feel like was my second chance. And really, I didn't even know like the difference between the D2s, the D3s, and NAIA. I didn't even know freaking Grayson was a NAIA school. I was just like, whatever, man. I don't care. I want to wrestle. Get me out of here. Like,
yeah,
I want to go do what I'm supposed to be doing. So that was the only school that showed interest after I'd left Clackamas. So they gave me my second chance.
I mean, same here. Like I had basically Lindsey Wilson in Campbellsville University talking to me like that. That's it. And then of course, after my first year, I had a ton of other schools talking to me, but other than that, it really was low. In this season, I mean, it doesn't even have to be this season. I just think this is an awesome question because, dude, I was talking to my girlfriend. I said, like, champions speak a different language, and it's true. Like, just talking to you right now, like I feel like we speak the same language. So it's good to hear your opinion on this. What was your most important loss? Well, it can be this year, it can be in college, it can be in high school. Bass? Really? Why? Why was that your most important loss?
Because I don't know, like I just feel like I learned a lot from that. Like I heard, oh, you're wrestling that life kid, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then I go out there, I get beat, dude. I get beat in, I don't know, double or triple overtime. He rides me out, holds my leg, and I just remember like feeling so disappointed. And then I look over at his corner, my corner, and then Omi's yelling, man. Omi's yelling in my face. Yeah. You know, I could smell his hot coffee breath too. I was like, I'm not letting this happen again. Like this has never happened to me again. And then so I just think it's funny. God works in mysterious ways. The same match happens the year later, or like the same exact match, or same match happens to me a year later, but it happens in the finals. And it's like, that's a guy I have to prove to myself, and I know I can beat him. And I went and did it, man. But I feel like that was like one of the biggest matches that changed my life personally, because I like overcame it. I overcame that because I knew I could beat him. And it just so happened to be in the national finals.
That's the time, ain't it? That's the time to do it. Yeah. Let's walk me through the national finals. Your thoughts, what happened, just in case like someone doesn't know how it went. I mean, just walk me through it. Walk me through what you were thinking. Because that was a crazy like ending to it too.
I was calm, man. I was over there helping my coach figure out this Wordle puzzle or whatever. Like literally like the 49 pounders were wrestling and coach is like, what do you think this word is? We're like typing through words and I don't know, he like got it in like the first 2 tries or whatever and posted it on Twitter. But it was mainly just like they were trying to keep me calm. You know, they're like, don't warm up until like, you know, like you're almost up because you're just going to waste energy and just stay calm. You know, like you've got the best practice partners. You've got the best like meals. You have the best meal plans. Like you have the best of it all. This is your match. So like, that's all I was hearing before I even wrestled. So I was like, I believed it. I still believe it. I believe it. But yeah, it was just like a bunch of just in my ear. You're the best. You're the best. You're going to do this. You've got this. You've got this. And I'm sitting there behind the curtains, just, you know, getting ready. And I really was not nervous. I really wasn't nervous before the match. I was just like, I mean, like,
you're having fun.
I knew I was going to win, but like, this is my biggest problem right now. Is like, oh my God, like somebody else has the worst, like somebody else in the world has it worse than I do. And my worst problem is like, am I going to win this finals match? That's my worst problem right now. So I was like, I'm fucking grateful for this. Like, this is what I fucking trained for. This is what I love. And so I'm sitting there behind the curtain, really not nervous. I was just like, man, this is awesome. Like, I literally went from dead last to in the finals. I'm like, let's go. Let's just go have fun. Let's just have fun. And that's pretty much all I was thinking, to be honest with you. And then my girlfriend comes up, gives me our handshake, our double dap, you know, kiss or whatever. And I knew it was my time. I knew it was my time. I was like, yeah, this is me. This is me. I'm going to win this. Like, I knew it.
Ooh,
yeah, man, it was just nothing but good vibes, good people in your ear, and just, I don't know, just nothing but fun and just believing in myself, to be honest with you. I wasn't really nervous.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you sound like me, like the same thing. Like I was shooting the shit with my coaches before every national finals match. Like, I wasn't nervous. I always have like this, like my mantra is that like, I'm bigger than this moment, like, and I'm bigger than wrestling. Which is why I don't worry about nobody else. I'm like, I'm just here. I've trained hard. I've done my best. I have great partners. I have the awesome diet. I lift well. I do everything right. I have faith. And so it's like, I'm just going to go out here and do my best, and whatever happens, happens. But I usually, like, I pretty much believe I'm going to win. It's just wrestling.
It's just wrestling. It's just wrestling. Don't make it bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
That's all it really is. Like, I don't know. Like, I observed a lot of the wrestlers before their finals matches, and there was guys walking back and forth 20 minutes before they even started wrestling. So I was like, these guys are making it bigger than what it is. They're
it's killing themselves, man. They're going out there like breathing hard, super tight. Yeah, that's a huge thing. Big moment. I mean, lots of people don't get big moments. And that's like the sad thing. And even less in the NAI, like very few people had that big. Very few people won state titles. You know, very few people were in the state finals. So it's like, let's say they make it to the NAI finals. This is the first big final they've ever been to in their life. And let's say they don't have the coaching. Yeah. So it's like for them, they're like, this is the biggest thing ever. Like, oh my God. Like, and you can see it. Like, you can look at someone and you can see it. Like I know I'm gonna win. Like that. Like, and I know that they're probably gonna lose. I didn't feel that way with the last 2 people I wrestled, to be honest. Like, I didn't feel that way with Hagen. I didn't feel that way with Farmer. I feel like I had 2 dogs in the finals who were just like actually trying to beat me. But I have wrestled guys in the past where I'm like, this motherfucker knows he's about to lose. Like, I can, you know what I mean? And it's that's I think that's what's different between, like, you know, champions and All-Americans, you know what I mean? Like, there's a huge difference between a national champion and an AI All-American. I feel like the gap is just getting bigger between like finalists and AAs. And it's just like living the right way. You said you have 1 more year of eligibility left, or 2? 1.
2.
2. Oh, 2.
To be honest with you though, I'll probably just use 1 more and I'm out of here, man. I might not even use the last one. It'll be my 7th year, and I think I'm just gonna finish off with a 2-timer and get out of there, man. That's
dude. That's really crazy.
Oh yeah, I have 2 years of eligibility left, but I'm planning on just using 1 more and I'm bouncing out, man. You gotta give somebody else a chance. Like, I'll be 25 wrestling then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be 25 still wrestling. I'm trying to win 1 more and I'm getting out of there.
Old ass man. That's
right.
That's what I said. People were like, dude, why don't you come back? Why don't you try to be a 4-timer? I was like, fuck that.
Dude,
You
I'm
know
the
how,
whole.
yeah, you know how hard this shit is to do for
Right?
5-6 years. Like it's not
Especially with
fun.
that target on your head too.
Yeah,
It's like, man,
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
like
Guys are
it's
trying to
just
kill us.
right. Like, but my plan is just to go in there, win another title, and bounce out, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Would you have like
We'll see
a
though. We'll see though, because I know Mitchell's good at talking, but
yeah.
I feel it in me. I have one left, and that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's what do you like study? What do you actually want to
Kinesiology.
okay.
But I want to be. My plans are to be a collegiate coach
Mm,
and an athletic director, if that's possible.
mm,
Uh, Coach Mullins at Graceland actually kind of inspired me because he's an assistant athletic director and he's a
mm.
head coach. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet. Like,
That is
dude's
sweet.
riding around in his golf cart
Uh-huh.
at football games and soccer games. Like, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He runs shit. Like he makes
Yeah.
sure things are running smooth and all that. And I was like, I want to be that one day. And I was
Yeah.
like, what does it take to be you? And he's like, earn a master's. And he basically just find opportunity. And I was like, cool. Like, I would definitely want to do that.
That's what
But yeah,
same. So I am the same. Like I was like, man, I want to do some college coaching. But the thing is, yeah, you gotta have your master's degree or you basically don't have a chance. Like it's
yep.
kind of wild
It's
because
competition, man.
it is.
Competition. You got to compete with others looking for that
Yeah.
spot too. So
I know. So I'm probably gonna take some time before I commit to that because I'm doing my thing right now. But that is really cool. I think coaching college might be the most fulfilling thing ever. Um, do you want to coach in the NAIA or do you think you'd like to coach somewhere else? Or
either JUCO or NAIA.
I
JUCO
agree.
seems cool though because you meet a lot of people and a lot of people come in and out through your program and like you're basically just a feeder program. You obviously want your guys to win, but you want them to you want to push them out to something bigger. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm thinking about JUCO and NAIA.
Okay. And you said you did go to a JUCO school. What just
Yeah.
like question that came off the top of my head, like what was the difference between your JUCO and your NAI school experience as far as like being an athlete?
JUCO was more for me. It was more like a business. It was in and out. It
Mm,
was it really was just a business, to be honest with you. It was like can you do the job? If you can't, then we got another guy that can do it. And like it's
mm,
just a short period of time. It's 2 years and then you're out. But NAI, I feel like I don't like they're more invested in you. I wouldn't say that
mm.
Clackamas wasn't invested in me, but I would say that coaches are just more invested in you and they know you got 4 or 5 years with them. They're
Yeah.
putting more time into you, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas JUCO, it's more like a business, to be honest with you. It's like I'll only know you for a year or two and then you're out of here.
Yeah.
But that's how I see it. I have good relationship with Roden, but like
Mhm.
I think that's kind of like the difference. It's just it's strictly business, JUCO versus NAIA.
Yeah.
You're in and you're out, but
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I never like looked into JUCO or I didn't even know what JUCO was before I started college. You know what I mean? Like, I had no idea what JUCO was. So I don't really have an experience, but I was definitely curious because you went. All right. I got a couple more questions and I'm gonna let you bounce if that's cool.
You're good.
What or who do you give like the most credit for like your overall success, not just wrestling, but just everything? Like what is the thing or person, whatever you have to say.
My dad, man. My
Yeah.
dad. Sure, yeah. Yeah, man, yeah. Everything that like all my mindset, everything that I like do is because of him. And like that dude's a tough man, dude. And I want to be just as tough as him, and like I want to be just as successful as my dad. So like, yeah, that's my guy, man. That's
That
my guy.
Heck yeah, that's super awesome. All right, last question. I'm gonna get you out of here. Thank you again so much, dude, for talking to me.
Dude, thank you, bro.
This is
Thank you,
awesome.
for real.
This is great. Um, what's one piece of advice you'd give to a new wrestler?
Don't give up on yourself and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Don't give up on yourself and believe in yourself. Even when you're like when shit isn't going the way you want it to, believe in your fucking self, man. Because eventually you'll be at the top. Like it'll happen. You just have to consistently stay with what you're doing, and you have to believe in yourself. But don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. also speak it into existence, because I feel like that was a big thing and that's a big thing that's happened to me lately, is like everything that I say I'm gonna do has been happening. Like I literally, like I even saw, like before I even knew it was possible, I was like, I'm gonna be a national champion, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. And like saying it is powerful. So believe it, don't give up, and speak it, because it'll happen. So
Heck yeah.
those are like 3 pieces of advice.
Heck
Speak
yeah,
it,
dude.
believe it, and don't give up.
That's valuable, dude. I really appreciate it. Well, hey, man, thank you so much. Seriously, this is freaking awesome. Sorry for
You're the
taking
man,
like an
Brandon.
hour of
I'm
your time.
telling you, bro. I was just talking to my girlfriend. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I looked up to you. I was like,
Oh
and I
man.
still do. I like Brandon freaking Reed, 3-time
Oh
NAIA
man.
champion. But it was last year, bro. I remember it was last year, and like I was literally just like I was just hearing you talk, bro, and I was like, I want to be like that guy. Like I gotta be like that guy. Like that guy's fucking awesome. But I just think it's awesome that like I'm like working to be something bigger, and just so happen to be on your podcast now, bro.
dude, you're
It's
the
awesome.
man. You're the
You're the
man,
man, Brandon. You're the
dude.
man, dude.
Hey, well,
Hell yeah.
champs do champ stuff, right? So it's like
Yes, sir.
keep on doing stuff, and regardless of the results, regardless of next year, you did it. You're forever gonna be a national champ, and it's awesome, man. But hey, dude,
I'm grateful for you, bro. Thank you for having me on this.
Oh
Like
man.
I said, man, you're a stud, bro, and I looked up to you, and I love watching you wrestle, and I'm thankful that you have me on this. I
Heck yeah,
appreciate you.
dude. I appreciate it.